Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a reading for the end of January 2023, looking at your recent past, current energy, and your immediate future. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and pulled the oracle cards and clarified those. I have the overall energy for the reading. We'll dive into tarot, then I have the decks that I'll be using the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. All right, I'm going to need you guys to bear with me for this one. This is a doozy. I'm excited though. In your recent past, you have think it through with the 10 of Wands. Your recent past was a lot about being and feeling very burdened. And I lied. That's actually the 10 of Wands in reverse. It was about releasing a burden then. You were like reflecting and thinking something through in order to release a burden. I'm not quite sure what that burden is. We'll dive in. I do know it's about your 10 of Cups, but we'll see. In your current energy, you have take a reality check with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Right now, you're feeling very ungrounded. You are very ungrounded. You're not super grounded in the reality of a situation. That's okay. Sometimes we've got to be in that energy to get grounded. In your immediate future, you have detoxify with the 10 of Cups. So this whole reading is about getting rid of what doesn't serve you so that you can attract this long-term emotional fulfillment that you're looking for, this 10 of Cups. So it is a step-by-step process. Now, the overall energy for this reading is direction and kintsugi. This kintsugi card, I'm gonna read a little bit from this book here because they're gonna be able to say it better than I ever would. Because this was a new concept for me. It says, everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Confucius. Kintsugi is a Japanese art form and philosophical outlook in which what is broken is repaired, and broken is in parentheses, is repaired with precious metals such as gold, platinum, and silver. As a living philosophy, breakage and subsequent repair are viewed as beautiful even in their brokenness. An object's history is its own poetry in static motion, and perceived flaws only add to the unique preciousness of the vessel, which has undergone change through time and direct experience. So this is where the way that I viewed this card and the way that I'm reading this is appreciating where you've been and who you are because of the experiences you've had, both positive and negative, while also opening yourself up to the possibility of direction. Like almost like holding both the past and the future in a balance, and understanding that first and foremost, we can't live in the past and we can't live in the future. We have to live in the present moment, but also pursuing your direction, pursuing where you're currently going, while holding the past with you in a way of learning what you needed to from it and taking that lesson into your direction, into where you're going. So the way that I'm reading this is all about learning what you need to move you towards your 10 of Cups, essentially. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Let's see. Recent past for Scorpio, clarifying think it through with the 10 of Wands in reverse. This is recent past for Scorpio. Recent past for Scorpio. Recent past for Scorpio. There it is. These are both flipped. Okay. 8 of Swords with the Death card. This 8 of Swords energy is being stuck in limiting beliefs. One of the concepts that I'll talk about all the time on my channel is that 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions, the way that we interact with the world, the way that we respond to our reality, is subconscious. Only 5% of all of those things is conscious. In our subconscious, if we don't actively try to create and retrain our subconscious, it will merely be a product of our environment. Now, I say that because it's almost like you're diving in to some sort of limiting belief that you've had in your subconscious, some sort of a burden here. And this whole reading is about putting an end to a specific limiting belief that's keeping you, because you have detoxify, so it's keeping you from your 10 of Cups here. It's almost like learning to appreciate the past for what it was, like accepting where you've been while staying open to where you're going. But I do see that like your limiting beliefs in your recent past were really brought to the surface. Like I feel like you, whether or not you consciously were aware of them, they were being poked at. Recent past here for Scorpio. The Nine of Cups in reverse with the Three of Wands. This is a need to step out of your comfort zone. So here's the thing, and this is a hard truth, but please bear with me. You've had a tendency in your life, Scorpio, to dwell on the negative, meaning to look at what, not that you're a negative person by any means, but to dwell on what isn't yet going right, what you don't yet have, what isn't yet in alignment, instead of focusing on what you do have, focusing on the gratitude for the little things. Very common, I pretty much see it in all of my readings that I do, personal readings, is that, and when I used to read for myself, I don't anymore. But when I used to read for myself, I would get this card a lot, where it was this idea that your comfort zone is focusing. It's like we almost, as human beings, we find comfort in the known, right? In what we've experienced. So even if we've experienced negative experiences, we almost prefer that on a subconscious level because it's predictable. So outside of our comfort zone is where we start to retrain ourselves to believe that better is coming for us. But for you, you're dwelling on the past and what has been, what has happened, instead of what could happen. And again, it's very common, and I see it all the time. But there's that Six of Swords. You were very, very stuck, but you didn't realize that you were keeping yourself stuck through the focus on the negative. Not that it was like you were always focusing on the negative all the time. No, that's not what I mean. It's just that when it's really easy when things are going well to be excited about the future. But when things don't look like they're going as well, it's not as easy to be excited about the future. All right, recent past for Scorpio. Look at that. So this, I told you this is about your Ten of Cups. This is the full in reverse, or sorry, the full upright with the Ten of Cups. There is a new beginning. There's a new beginning available for you for this Ten of Cups. But the thing is, the focus has to be shifted. Even if you started a new relationship, even if you're in one currently, the focus, in the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, there's a part where she talks about how, I don't know if it was a study done or what exactly it was, but she said people who focus on negative aspects of what their partner does those things tend to appear more. So if you focus on what your partner does that you don't like, you'll start to see those things show up more and more in your relationship. But the more that you can focus on the things you do like, the more you'll see those things. Now, that can be applied in literally any other aspect of your life, but specifically talking about relationships, since this is talking about your Ten of Cups, it's almost like there's a need to focus more on the brighter side of life instead of dwelling on the not so great side of life. I look really shiny in this light. I just realized. It's because it's dark out. I just have my ring light. All right, current energy here for Scorpio. And this overhead light gives me a headache if I keep it on while I'm reading, so bear with me. All right, current energy for Scorpio. It's funny, I can take a light shining directly at my face, but an overhead light is just where I draw the line. All right, current energy for Scorpio. Take a reality check with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the take a reality check seems pretty aggressive, but I feel like there's more to it. Current energy for Scorpio. Wow. King of Swords in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Ooh, hard truth. This is the reality check. Please don't hate me. Please keep watching this video because I promise there's good things coming. You have had a tendency to create your own misfortune. Now, this is where I talk about the difference between fault and responsibility. It is not your fault that you have created misfortune for yourself. It is not your fault that you have experienced the situations that you have. It is, however, your responsibility to figure out what part of that 95% of you that you don't have conscious control over that has created these things for you. That 95% of you stems from childhood. It stems from your experiences since the second that you step foot on this earth. And there's a need to dive deeper into those, because that's what needs to be detoxified. You are the only one keeping yourself from your 10 of cups. It's not, there's nothing standing in your way other than you. Now that can be, it's like you're your own worst enemy. We can, dive into different analogies there that create that. I had someone, I talked about this concept in a Gemini reading once, and I had someone comment and was like, you should not be telling people that if they've experienced violence or traumatic, awful situations in their life, that it's their fault that those happened. That's not what I'm saying. That will never be what I'm saying. It is not your fault. And if you have experienced really deeply traumatizing experiences, then this probably isn't your reading. And, I'm not a mental health professional. This is, however, talking about how to create a better reality for yourself, and understanding that if you can, and this is another thing that the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne talks about, one of the hardest aspects of mastering the law of attraction is realizing that you do have to take responsibility for the fact that your life looks the way it does because of your past thoughts and beliefs. However, the good news is that if your past thoughts and beliefs created your current reality, then that means that your current thoughts and beliefs are going to create your future reality. But you're not going to be able to create your future reality for yourself until you take responsibility for your past reality. And that's the hard truth here. That's the reality check that's needed, because I feel like there's a little bit of a okay. If you look at the world as everything is always happening to me instead of everything is happening for me, you will always experience it that way. You will always feel like a victim if you expect to be a victim. Now, you probably have been a victim in your past, and that's why you expect to be a victim. Um, so please understand, I'm not trying to invalidate anyone's experiences whatsoever. In fact, it's the other way around. I'm trying to get you to understand that your experiences are absolutely very valid, and that when we go through deeply traumatic experiences, trust me, I've been through quite a few of them myself, then we tend to fear them repeating itself unless we heal them. Because again, our reality is a product of our past thoughts and beliefs. If we believe that we are going to always be a victim, we will experience always being a victim. Now, it goes back to that 95%. If we don't try to retrain that 95% of us, it will be a product of our experience. It will be a product of what we've experienced since the time we stepped foot on this earth. And that's not our fault. It's not our fault that we feel the way we do. It is, however, our responsibility to change it if you want better for yourself. This is about manifesting your 10 of cups. We've seen it twice now. But you have to detoxify a certain aspect of you that believes that the limiting belief isn't in alignment with this Eight of Swords. This limiting belief isn't in alignment with what you're trying to manifest. Something about the King of Swords in reverse. This level of like allowing your circumstances to affect how you see your future, when in reality your circumstances are merely a product of your responses in the past, right? So your circumstances right now actually don't matter. Your response to them does, because your future depends on it. All right, current energy for Scorpio. The World and the King of Pentacles. This is a cycle that needs to be completed. And it's a cycle of relying too much on your external circumstances to provide you with a feeling of being grounded. That's why you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, is because my guess is that your environment, your circumstances don't look like you want them to right now. Don't believe that means they're going to be the way that they are forever. In fact, one of my favorite little images is it's like a line going up and down, and it says, this will change, this will change, this will change, this will change, so on and so forth. Fulfillment and truly, embracing the unknown is understanding that every situation is temporary, every single feeling is temporary, and how we respond to our reality is what we create more of. And so, on a healing journey, before you heal, you live for the high highs and you crash on those low lows. And it's up and down. And life is about extreme emotion in a good way and extreme emotion in a bad way. And that's not a way to live, because it's not fun. It is not. Those low lows are not fun, and the high highs are not worth it. And so as you heal, you bring that closer and closer together, so your highs aren't as extreme, but your lows aren't as extreme. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the concept of peace. Emotional fulfillment comes from within. You're searching for your Ten of Cups externally. You're wanting a specific person, a specific amount of money, a specific circumstance to make you feel the way that you can only make yourself feel. And so this is about turning inward and making sure that your inner reality reflects where you're trying to go and not where you have been. But this is a cycle that you're completing. I see it completing in your current environment, and or in your current energy, and I feel like it's completing because you're facing the truth. You're facing the truth of the situation. All right, current energy here for Scorpio. I like this, Scorpio. Good freaking job, guys. You have the Five of Wands in reverse with the Hermit in reverse. You are removing that conflicting energy. Some part of this limiting belief is being removed from your current energy as we speak. To you, I feel like it just feels like loneliness and isolation and frustration and loss, but you understand that you are healing. You are healing, even if it doesn't feel like it. Healing does not happen overnight, and in fact, sometimes it happens so insanely slow that we don't even realize it's happening at all. But then in a year, you'll be able to look back and you'll say, wow, I am in such a different place than I was back then. So know that you are on the right path and you're doing the right thing. Now, this is where you've got to hold the lessons of your past while pursuing this new direction, because I do feel like there's been a little bit of a direction shift. Because yeah, there is a new beginning, so there's been a direction shift. Immediate future for Scorpio, clarifying detoxify with the Ten of Cups. What is Scorpio detoxifying? Ooh, not putting yourself first. Ultimately, this is not putting yourself first. Because you can only give and receive the love that you give yourself. You can only love others to the extent you love yourself. You can only give to others to the extent you give to yourself. So if you don't put yourself first, you can't put anybody else. You can't be there for anyone else. You can't love anyone else to the fullest extent. If you can't receive with an open heart, you can't give with an open heart. All that fun stuff. So what this is all talking about is that your inner world, your inner environment, the Empress energy, that's what's going to create this opportunity that you're ultimately searching for. Yep, because there's the artist card. This is, you can literally see him co-creating his life from the heavens there. Your co-creation process starts within. It's as above, so below, as within, so without. It's not the other way around. You can't make yourself happy by creating or by controlling your 3D world. You make yourself happy by controlling your inner environment. All right, immediate future here for Scorpio. The Lovers in reverse. It's kind of the similar energy as this Empress in reverse. This is what you're detoxifying, is your lack of not putting yourself first, your lack of not seeing your value. Those are the two big synergies here that have kept you from moving forward. So understand that you are healing. You are healing. And this kintsugi energy is, you might feel broken. You might feel beaten down. You might feel like it's impossible to put yourself back together again. But know that this is all happening for a bigger purpose. And there's a reason for your pain. There's a reason for what you're going through. And if you're having a hard time understanding that and seeing that, ask for guidance. Pray to whoever you pray to, and ask, set the intention of healing and ask for guidance to get you, to where you're trying to go, to heal what you need to heal, to see the truth of the situation. That's the one thing even I sometimes forget on my journey, is that you can ask for whatever you need, answers, guidance, whatever it is, but you have to be open to receiving it. Immediate future here for Scorpio. I like this. This is the detoxifying of all the stuff in your immediate future that has kept you from your Ten of Cups. Immediate future for Scorpio. Where should Scorpio's focus be in the immediate future? I think that's a good energy. Balance. Temperance, with the Ace of Wands in reverse, it should be focused on remaining balanced. Don't let your emotions run away with you, and don't let your thoughts run away with you. Make sure that you understand that your emotions and your thoughts are purely feedback from what needs to be healed. They are not a truth. And so your truth lies in whatever you decide your truth is. If you decide your truth is that you deserve good things, then that's the truth, because what you believe is what you experience. So I like that. It's, you know, your focus needs to be on this Temperance card. This also can be a card of patience, you know, um, remaining open to the fact that divine timing is a very real thing, and the universe is always trying to conspire for you, not against you, even when it doesn't feel like it. All right, Scorpio, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive a lot deeper into these messages, get you guys some clarification, as well as pull a advice card from Spirit. Any information for that's in the description box below. Otherwise, thank you guys so very much. I hope you have a wonderful 2023, and I appreciate your support of my channel. All right, bye, Scorpio.